Hello, almost all my students whom I have coached on Upwork, one of the recurring pattern most of them usually experience is they hear about Upwork, they think, oh, this is nice, earning $10 per hour and working 10 hours a day. That is $100 every day. This is so nice. Then they get excited. Then they watch my video that I made about making millions on Upwork, which I will link down in the description button. And then they run off to Upwork, and then they register, and then they start applying for jobs. And then they hear crickets. First week, crickets. Second week, crickets. Third week, crickets. And then they run back again, and they are like, this is scam. It doesn't work. I've done everything. So this is why I want to make this video, to share with you the simple 5 Upwork mistakes you are making that is costing you that job on Upwork, and why you've not earned even a single dollar on Upwork. If you will stick with me to the end of this video, I believe you would learn 1 or 2 things to get started again on Upwork. I'll see you inside. So if you are still watching this video, it means you are interested in knowing about the 5 top mistakes you are making that is costing you that simple or lucrative job on Upwork. I've been on Upwork for quite a while now, and I have learned the hard way. When I started, I didn't have someone to mentor me or teach me the things I was supposed to know before I get started, and so I was left out to figure out all these things alone by myself. And of course, you know that sometimes when you are supposed to figure out things by yourselves, it takes longer than it should, because you don't have someone telling you this is how it should be, this is how it shouldn't be. I was left to figure out a whole lot of these things on my own, and save for the fact that I was someone who is I am someone who is always persevered. Like, I persevere a lot. I get to the root of everything I'm doing to see success. So that is why I have persevered for a very long time before these things started clicking and having meaning. So it is why I'm making this video, to help you to fast track your progress on Upwork. I don't want you to go into Upwork and then you hear crickets for the first week, second week crickets, third week crickets, and you're like, what is happening? I thought they said if I come here I'm going to start making millions of naira. My dear, stop viewing online business as a get rich quick scheme. You have to view online business with the mindset that it is a business that you build over time. Okay, let's take for instance, you started an offline business, you opened a provision store, for instance, and in the first week you didn't make millions, in the second week you didn't make millions, in the third week you didn't make millions. Will you close down your shop and go home and say this is scam because you've not made millions in your first week of opening a provision store? Of course no. So why do you think online business is different? It's still the same thing. You have to learn a skill, and then you build that skill, and then you learn how to monetize your skill. All these things take time. So in this video, I am going to show you exactly the 5 simple mistakes you may have been making on Upwork that is costing you a whole lot of jobs on that platform. So the first mistake I see a lot of newbies on Upwork make is a profile. They start out with shabby profile. So the number 1 mistake is starting out with a shabby profile. What do I mean by a shabby profile? When you just go into your, few days ago I had a newbie Upworker who wanted to register on the website. She basically wanted to put a picture, profile picture, and then she was taking a picture of a selfie. I'm not saying selfie is really bad, but it depends on the angle you're taking the selfie, because her angle wasn't really that great, and it was kind of a little bit expository. It was showing a little bit of, cleavage. Upwork is not a moral ground anyway, but I'm just saying things that will make you look like you are in for the whole thing. It doesn't matter anyway, but Upwork would not accept a profile like that. And she came back and she was like, oh, they keep on rejecting. I'm like, look at that picture again. Get another picture. You have pictures, a headshot. Like, even if you don't have pictures, go to the studio. The last time I remember, studio pictures in Nigeria, like 500 naira at most per copy. So you can just take one headshot that is clear, clean and properly edited with a very nice outfit, then you put it on your profile and then write a great overview introducing yourself. Write a great overview introducing yourself, what you do, how you help your clients and all that. And also, still on the same profile, add skills to your profile. And if you have a recent job experience, or you've had any experience at all, add it in your profile. Okay, and also still in the profile, make sure that your profile looks complete your profile. Put every information that is requested of you. Put every information. It will make you, anybody that looks at your profile will know that, oh, this person has an address and his profile is complete, so I'm going to see what he can offer. And then they go forward to read your overview, and then they read it and then they get attracted. They want to talk to this person and all that. So that is the number one mistake a lot of people make. They start out with a shabby profile. Number two, they don't put portfolio. This is the general mistake everybody makes. They don't have portfolio. They don't put it. And a lot of my students, they are like, I don't have any portfolio. I've not done any job for anyone. Of course, that's not the basis for having a portfolio. For instance, if you're a content writer or a blog article writer or a writer in general, you can prepare a portfolio by yourself. I've talked about this in my last video, how you can create your own portfolio. So say for instance, you're a writer, you can just go on and write, save them in Google Docs, and then upload it as your portfolio. Okay? You can, if you're a graphic designer, you can go over to Canva or any of the graphic designing platforms and design a good graphics that is targeted at maybe at an imaginary business or whatever. You can upload it there. If you're a social media manager, you're aspiring to be a social media manager, you can take screenshots of posts you've made on social media or on Instagram, on Facebook, or any other social media platform, and you can upload it as your portfolio. There are lots and lots of things you can put in as your portfolio. You mustn't have a prior client to have a portfolio. So this is like the second mistake everybody makes. Look inward within. Think about the skill and develop a portfolio about it and put it in your profile. It goes a long way to show the clients that you know what you are doing and you can get this job done for them. They are basically looking for someone who will get the job done. So they need to see what you've done. They need to see what you can do. Okay? You don't need to blind them, like make them not to see anything. You have to show them what you can do. And this is the third mistake. The third mistake a lot of people make is setting low price. Sometimes pricing can be an advantage, but sometimes it can also be a disadvantage because some jobs already have the benchmark price for what it should be. So sometimes when you set your price below the benchmark, sometimes it looks like you're just looking for the job. You're not interested in how well you do the job. You're just looking to get the job because you need money. So I would always advise my students against setting low price. When I started out, my recent Upwork portfolio, I started out as a virtual assistant. Before, I don't do virtual assistants, I do blog writing. But recently, I started out as a virtual assistant. And when I looked at the profile of most of the people on Upwork who are offering the same service as I do, most of them were taking $5 per hour, $4 per hour, $7 per hour, $6. And I'm like, what? Virtual assistance is a whole lot of work. You have to do a whole lot of things for the client. Basically, you're like a personal assistant to the client. So it doesn't have like a limit to what you can do. They can just wake up in the morning and say you should book flights for them to somewhere. You should reserve hotels for them and all that. So taking that kind of money per hour, that's not even minimum wage. I looked at it, I'm like, I'm not doing this. So I set my price at $15 per hour. And the first client I got, they didn't even argue with me about the price. They just created an offer, I accepted, and then I started working for them. And I've been working with that client for a very long time now, heading to 6 months now. $15 per hour, heading to 6 months now. So that is what I'm saying. It's not really about the pricing. Sometimes people think that when you reduce your price, you come off as cheap or something, but there is something about pricing strategy that pisses people off when you go too cheap. So just price yourself according to the skills you're bringing to the table. I cannot be bringing all the skills I have as a virtual assistant. I'll write blog content sometimes, manage your website, do a whole lot of things, respond to your emails, and you pay me $4 per hour. No, I have to pay my bills. There's no way I'll pay my bills if you're paying me below even the wage and what it should be paid. So review your pricing. The fourth mistake I see a lot of people making is applying to all kinds of jobs. There are jobs you should not apply for, okay? Sometimes when you apply for these jobs, it shows kind of desperation, and that is why sometimes you end up getting frustrated at the end of the day. Don't go onto the platform and start applying for any job. If you see this one, you apply. If you see this one, you apply. Sometimes pick out the jobs, and of course sometimes you have limited connects to apply to jobs. So if you waste it on apply for useless jobs or scam or people who are not even serious and don't even know what they are looking for, how are you going to apply for the serious job? So sometimes sit down and map out the kind of jobs you want, the kind of job you need, and start applying for them. Okay, map it out, know what you are looking for. If you are looking for long-term clients, and I always advise my students to look for long-term clients who are going to hire you for a very long time. So basically, if you get one job on Upwork that is paying you $10 per hour, and that job is a long-term job, sometimes these jobs can extend for as far as 1 year. So it means that if you are earning $10 per hour and you're going to work for this client for 1 year, check it out. It's far better than trying to get a job that will pay you $50 today and tomorrow the job is ended. So sometimes I used to advise my students, make sure you look at the job and make sure that they are planning to keep the job for like 6 months running. And so by so doing, if you're able to keep these clients for like 6 months, you are sure of consistent income for 6 months. And even at that, you can still keep applying for other jobs, but you know that you have a retainer client who is paying you every day for at least 6 months. So do not just wake up and start wasting your time applying for useless jobs that doesn't even need your attention at all. Don't apply to all kinds of jobs. Select it, okay? And make sure that you have a plan of how you're going to be applying to these jobs. You can choose long-term jobs or fixed jobs, but I prefer long-term. Look for long-term jobs and make sure you vet the job proposal or what you are supposed to do. Make sure there are things you can do. There's no need of getting a client today and tomorrow they are canceling your offer with them or anything. It can affect your reputation on the platform. So the next mistake I think a lot of people make on Upwork is they give up easily. Like I said earlier, sometimes you get on a platform and the first month, crickets. The second month, crickets. The third month, crickets. I also face that. But I can tell you categorically now, it's no longer that way. And one thing with Upwork is if you are able to persevere and get that first job, sometimes once you just do that first job on Upwork and get a good review, forget it. You will start getting clients more and more and more and more. So it's just that way. I had the same experience. But I am someone who keeps going as long as I know what my goals are. So basically now, in a week, I am sure that the clients I have could pay me at least $150 in a week. I have like 2 clients on Upwork right now, or about 3 of them. So this is what it takes. If you give up easily, you're not going to get there. Yeah, I see people, someone registered today and tomorrow they are already shouting, I've not gotten any job. My dear, are you getting any jobs? Are you the only one on the platform? You're not the only one. You're not the only one. You just have to find a way to figure out and make yourself exceptional so that people will hire you. So giving up easily is another mistake I see that a lot of people make on Upwork. And if you've listened to this video today, I'm very sure that if your profile is not optimized, your profile is shabby, you have no portfolio in your profile, and you've set a very low price in order to compete, I would advise you that you go back and optimize your profile. Optimize it. Put a very nice picture. Pictures are not costly. Go to a studio if you don't have a nice picture taken with your phone. If you don't even have a studio, look around you. If you don't have money for a studio picture, look around you. There are people, your friends, that have iPhones, good camera phones. Borrow from them and take a very nice headshot, edit it, and use it as your profile picture. That is the best way to go. Don't put pictures that are blurry, that even you yourself, you are not even seeing your face, and then you go and put it on Upwork. That is wrong. And after doing that, think of a way to write a good portfolio. What is that thing you offer? Content writing, graphic designing, web design. What is that thing that you offer? Look for how to create a portfolio. Okay, create an imaginary portfolio and upload it, and then add your skills, add the school you attended, and add any relevant experience you've had in the past, and write a good overview of yourself. And I promise you, as long as you've gotten these things done, I assure you, if you apply for your next job, you're more likely to get accepted. And if you still find this confusing, my Instagram profile is on the description box below. If you find anything confusing, or you want me to have a look at your profile or your portfolio for you, do not forget to send me a message on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram and send me a message on Instagram, and I will attend to you swiftly and help you rearrange your portfolio to look better and presentable. So thank you for watching this video. Please, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to this channel. And if you like this lady you're seeing on your screen, or you like the content I'm dishing out to you, please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and I see you next time in my next videos. See you.